Hello, everyone, and welcome to the HRL Forza Elantra Series week number 7. This is going to be Moto 2 here at Road Atlanta, the full circuit this time around. Again, in the MX-5s, we ran the short circuit. And yeah, lineup for Moto 2 here, another 12 laps, and at night this time around. Should be very interesting and hopefully going to be another good race, as that Moto 1 was very, very good. Good race throughout. The great ending as well. And here we go. We're going to be starting on board with Luke. We're already green and going to be going into that treacherous turn 1 here. First obstacle that these drivers have to tackle. And it looks like we're good. All right, there we go. 2 race starts in a row. Totally fine through turn 1. Love to see it. I love to see that you can, like the improvement. I think the improvement from the entire field from the MX-5s to this series is just very apparent, especially on this track. Very, very nice to see. But here we go into the S's, and we're going to be moving on to the next treacherous portion of the track, turn number 5, and Slaunch is in the grass, and that's pretty clean. That's pretty clean. He went through the grass, did a little bit of rally action, but overall, pretty clean, saves it, and he's going to keep going. Now, take a look at this replay. We're going to have a couple replays here. See what happened to Slaunch. Really close racing with Roman. Got knocked offline. But I got to give credit to everybody else and to Slaunch as well for running that, like getting on the brakes as well as everybody did and avoiding another set of contact. Because, like, right there, if Slaunch got hit again, he probably gets hooked around and probably goes into the sand as well. So not only would he have gotten hooked around and had to spin the car around, he would have been in the sand too, would have made that process even slower. Like, that's probably his race right there. If everybody else doesn't slow down enough and he gets hooked, that's probably his race. But everybody, like, paying attention and slowing down enough, and then Slaunch doing a good job gathering it up and saving it, like, all that combined to the race continuing and Slaunch still having a fair shot. Yes, he is at the back, and he was hoping for a better start. Obviously did not want to be in last at this point, but he's in last, like, right on the bumper of 6th place. He absolutely still has a chance in this one. So, yeah, very, very good awareness from everybody in the field right there, or everybody like around that incident. And yeah, good job to everybody. We're gonna keep going and still have, you know, everybody with a shot here at the end of lap 1, which is gonna be nice to see. And Detail is gonna lead the end of lap 1. Now, the interesting thing with Detail here to keep an eye out on is he's gonna be starting on the softs, or he is starting on the softs. So every once in a while, like it feels like every Moto 2 now will have somebody go for it, somebody go for that strategy. And it has not paid off yet, but I'm telling you, someday it's going to pay off. Someday it's going to pay off. We're waiting, and I don't know when it's going to be, but I swear one of these days that strategy is going to pay off. And this race, it's Detail going for it, starting on the softs. He's going to be going to the hards later on. He wanted to get that lead early. He did by the end of lap 1. Was probably hoping to do it a little bit earlier, but regardless, the main goal was just to take the lead by the end of lap 1. Get that clean air with that soft tire, and look at this. You're seeing the effect of it early on. I have the ticker up now, and for a moment there, it was showing the intervals, and it might close in now because Matt is going to complete this pass on Coop probably a lot quicker than Detail was hoping for. But before that pass, Detail had a 3-second gap on 2nd place already, and just, yeah, showing like what you can do with that strategy if things work out and you actually get to the front as fast as you want to. I'm telling you, that strategy has potential. Eventually, it's going to work out for somebody, I swear. Although it might not work out for Detail here because I think he made a mistake. We saw Coop go off track at the exit of that turn before this massive straightaway. And I think Detail must have done the same thing because, again, he was at like a 3-second gap, and now it's already like a 1-second gap. So there must have been a mistake there, and that's not going to help out his race. And speaking of mistakes, well, this is just not a good start for Slaunch. This is just not a good start for Slaunch. Let's take a look at some replays here. I wonder if the lag played a role in this, because you could see it in the theater. He had like a massive lag like right there. So I wonder if the lag played a role in this. I hope not, but I mean, the way it looks in theater, I would not be surprised if it did. But yeah, Slaunch getting spun around and hooked off of Coop's bumper, and that's like exactly what I was saying everybody did a good job avoiding with the first incident. And now, unfortunately, Slaunch had a massive run down that straightaway, was trying to make that run, you know, carry it all the way to the chicane, make multiple passes. His race was back on, and then he gets hooked around, and now he's back to last again. On the bright side, it's still very early on. It's still very early on. Slaunch, again, I'm telling you, he has really good pace around this track. In my opinion, so far, what we've seen this season, I think this is easily the best pace that he's had on any of these tracks in this car. He's been a little bit slower to adjust. He was really quick out of the gate with the MX-5s and really took a liking to those early on, was really solid with those from the get-go. But for this car, it's taken him a bit longer. But I feel like as the season goes on, he's starting to figure it out more and more, and then I feel like that's kind of culminating with this track. This track, his pace is really good. We saw that in Moto 1. He had to make a lot of passes. He had to make some clutch passes towards the end. It's not like his podium in Moto 1 was easy, but he still clutched it up. And yeah, and we saw in qualifying, he was the only one that was anywhere near Matt's time. Matt's time was like blazing fast. Slaunch was the only one that was like anywhere near it. So yeah, I think he has really, really good speed. And even though it's not an ideal start, I mean, look at the interval. Look at the interval, right? He already got around Armada, and he already gained quite a bit of time on Coupe. So yeah, I don't think it's over for Slaunch. What he's going to be hoping for here is his main competition for the podium. It seems like Luke and Matt have too much speed for the top two. It seems like they have like really, really good pace right here. And especially with the start that Slaunch had, it's just going to be like really hard for anybody in this particular race to break into that top two. So for Slaunch, he's probably hoping for another podium. And the two people that he's battling with so hard at the end of Moto 1, Roman and Detail, he's probably hoping for a rerun of that. If he can get Roman and Detail to battle like really hard with each other, slow each other up some more, and kind of get a repeat of Moto 1, whereas Slaunch is probably going to have clean air a lot of this moto, right? Like when he makes passes, the passes on Armada and Coupe should probably be pretty quick, pretty clean. So he's probably the one upside for Slaunch of all this, just horrible start. He should have a lot of clean air this moto, and he should be able to just run like qualifying laps. He should be able to just go all out, like run qualifying laps, and just focus on his own race, and try to just rip heaters. And again, he's probably gonna still need a little bit of help from them. But if he gets it, I still think there's a chance. So it's a long shot, but keep an eye out on Slaunch for this moto, because I'm telling you, he has the pace. Here we go. This is going to be a move for the lead, potentially. Nope, Matt going to go in the grass and maybe back out of it. I think Matt wanting to make this move for the lead, he had the pace, but Detail is going to go in for his early pit. Remember, he did start on the softs. He's going in for his early pit this lap. I think he called that out, and Matt was like, all right, well, I'll just chill. So there it is. Yep, Detail goes in for the pit, and Matt's just going to take that nice and easy pass for the lead. So Detail, if he didn't make that mistake, that, again, I think we just missed it, but I think it happened at the same time that Coupe did, I'm assuming, like the same thing. If he didn't make that mistake, I think he'd be in a really, really good position. Now, with that mistake, like the fact that Matt was already there when he went into the pits, I still think he's in a good position, especially because Slaunch is so far back. Like, I think he's in a really good position for at least fourth, and should have a chance at third. But yeah, if it weren't for that mistake, if he cleaned up that mistake early on in the run, I think he would have been in a great spot. Like, definitely, like, in the favorable position for third, probably. So, but that's the thing. That's the thing. I feel like every time somebody has tried that strategy, something like that has happened. I'm waiting for somebody to try that alternate softs hards strategy and have like a really clean, like really solid start to the race, because I feel like we haven't really seen it. Like, we've seen people try it, but again, it's usually not that clean. Like, I'm waiting for somebody to do it and have like a 6-second gap or like an 8-second gap when they go into the pits, because I'm telling you, starting on that tire and with everybody else battling, I think it's very, very possible that somebody could start up front on that tire and have that kind of gap by the time they go in for the pit. And if you have that kind of gap, and then again, you go for the pit, yeah, you're going to be on the hards, and yeah, the hards are slow, but you're going to be on an alternate strategy than everybody else. You're going to have clean air, like the whole damn race. Like, I'm telling you, that strategy is going to work, damn it. It's going to work. The stars have not aligned yet, but one of these days, somebody's going to rip it. Somebody with the pace to make it work, with the starting position to make it work, is going to go for it. It's going to work. It's going to be a win. And I'm going to be so hyped on the commentary side when it happens. I'm going to be so excited. I'm patiently waiting for it. Will it happen this season? I don't know. But I hope it does, because I just want to see it. We've seen all the other strategies win. I just want to see that one work out sometime. I don't know. Hopefully it happens soon. But back to the race here. We got a good battle going on right now. between Roman and Luke. This is for second place right here. And this is a pretty big battle because Matt in the lead. Obviously, we saw in Moto 1, Matt had a really nice advantage in the lead, but Luke was able to cut that gap down and make the pass, but it took like the entire second half of the race, and the pass was literally made like at basically the last realistic opportunity that you could make that pass. So what Matt is hoping for right here, he already has a pretty good gap. He's hoping that, like, Roman is kind of Matt's best friend right here. He's hoping that Roman makes this pass as hard as possible, because the longer that this battle goes on between Roman and Luke, the better. Matt wants to hopefully see that gap, you know, start to get about where it was in Moto 1, at least, right? Like, he wants it to at least be that much. And take a look at this. Luke is finally going to make the move on Roman right there. And that's not the real gap. What the hell? There we go. That's more realistic. Okay, so about 4 seconds. And going into this lap, I would say that's probably about the same. That's probably about the same compared to Moto 1 with where they were at this point. So it's crazy how Moto 2, completely different starting order, completely different circumstances, but somehow the situation between Matt and Luke on the same lap is about the same. So we'll have to see. Is it going to be the same outcome, or can Matt improve on? I think where he really needs to improve is the lap where the tires started to go down. I think that the lap where the tires started to go down, I think that's where Luke made up a lot of time. If Matt can improve on that lap, I think he should be fine. And so far, I don't know if Luke made a mistake or if Matt's on a really freaking good lap right now. But look at this. Look at the gap. It went up by another second. It's up to 5 seconds now. So this is definitely, I think Luke is definitely behind schedule on this run to first compared to Moto 1. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to watch. He has a lot more time to make up this time around, a lot less time to do it. It's going to be interesting to see if he can get back there, or if Matt can try to, you know, take his third Moto win on the season, all on road courses as well, if he pulls this off. So we'll follow that throughout the rest of the race. Right now we're on board with Detail, and the pits have happened. Roman made his pit for another set of mediums, I believe, and Detail obviously, like, way earlier on made his pit for the hards. And as you can see, Roman is already, like, pretty close, and that is not what Detail was hoping for. I definitely think this is favored for Roman right now. That being said, I think Detail, as long as things stay clean, still has a really good chance of staying ahead of Slaunch. I still think he's in a really favorable position for fourth. But again, I think that soft stint early on needed to be a little bit cleaner, right? He was hoping that he would be, I don't know, like 3 or 4 seconds ahead of Roman right now, not like a second ahead of Roman. And now Roman's like closing in and making it about a car length. So yeah, just needed that soft stint to be a little bit cleaner, a little bit better. And I think he would have been in a better position. But unfortunately that didn't happen. And now he's on the hards, Roman's on the mediums, and he's going to have to hold him off. And it's not going to be easy, right? It's not going to be easy. But he's just going to have to try to put on a really good defensive show and try to hold on to that position as long as he possibly can. So it'll be interesting to see if he's able to pull it off here. Roman going to be super aggressive here going into turn 5. A little bit of a bump, but looks pretty clean. Looks like we're good to go. And I'm taking a look at the gap because I wanted an update on Slaunch. Look at this. Yeah, Slaunch is 8 seconds back right now. Slaunch is 8 seconds back on Detail and Roman. So all they got to do is keep it clean. All they got to do is keep it clean, and they're not doing that. The timing. And they are not going to do that. Oh, no. What is this? Another incident with a spin out in the same race. I can't believe it. We've rarely seen incidents like this throughout the entire season, and now in the same moto, we're seeing it a second time with a completely different set of drivers. Roman, I'm not going to lie, that one, in my opinion, was on Roman. I think he got a little impatient, and yeah, like, I think he very easily, he's on the better tire compound, I think he very easily could have just taken this corner, like, very, I don't know, like, very nonchalant, very relaxed, and just gotten a good exit, gotten a good draft run off Detail, and then passed him in the chicane instead, like, did the normal pass maneuver, but instead, he tried to get around him, in my opinion, like, a little bit too quickly. They came together. Roman got, like, super deep on the grass. They came together, and look at this. It was just an 8-second gap. Slaunch was just 8 seconds behind these guys. Now he's right behind Roman And that obviously slowed Detail a ton too, because look at this. You can still see Detail ahead of the road here. So it was just an 8-second gap, and now Slaunch is back in the game. Slaunch is back in the game. He absolutely has a chance at this podium spot still, because remember, Detail is on the hards. Obviously, this helped him out in terms of Roman, right? Like his gap to Roman. Roman was just on his bumper. Now he's got like, 3.5-second gap. But Slaunch just gained a ton. Slaunch just gained that massive gap that he had to make up on Detail. He just cut it like in half with that incident. So that incident right there is exactly what Detail and Roman did not need to hold on to their third and fourth. Now Slaunch is back in the conversation, and you know Slaunch, he's going to send it. He's absolutely going to try to go back-to-back podiums here at Road Atlanta because, again, I think this is his best pace all season so far. And, I think he feels like pretty comfortable on this track, and he feels like he should be able to go back-to-back podiums. So if he gets that opportunity, if he keeps making gains, and look at the ticker, it's going down. Already 2.5 to Detail. So, yeah, it's going down. He's making gains. I think he's absolutely going to send it. I think he's absolutely going to send it when he gets there. What makes it interesting is that Roman's keeping up, though. Roman's keeping up, but we have everybody in that battle on a different tire compound at the end of this race. It was a little bit different in Moto 1. In Moto 1, I think it was, I think Roman might have done the medium stuff in Moto 1 as well, I think. So I think Roman might have been on the mediums, but I believe that Slaunch and Detail were both on the softs. Now you have Detail on the hards, Slaunch on the softs, and Roman on the mediums. So 3 different tire compounds for that battle with the same 3 drivers, and yeah, game on, right? Game on. We'll see who ends up taking the podium spot this time around. And, yeah, see who can clutch that up. It's going to be an interesting one, I'll tell you that, for the very least. And I'm just watching the interval right now. We're on board with Luke watching, trying to gain on Matt. And we're already, it's only a few laps to go. Only a few laps to go. Yeah, 3 laps to go. And Luke is, what, like 2.5? So close to Matt. But remember, like, at this point, in the last moto, he was, like, already, I don't know, maybe like half a second back, I want to say, like half a second back. Right now, he's 2.5 seconds back. So Matt has a much better gap at this point in the race. It was like I said, like Luke's definitely behind schedule in this one. Matt's doing a much better job of managing the gap. He's in a really good position. If he can keep that gap about where it is, if he can only lose like, I don't know, maybe like half a second a lap, he'll be totally fine. So I'm keeping an eye on that interval. Matt's doing a lot better job this time around. Although, to be fair, as I'm saying this, Luke just made a massive gain. It's 1.8 now. So it is getting spicy. But if he can manage that, and he's doing a better job of it so far, I do think there's potential for that third Moto win. It's definitely looking better than what we saw in the last race. And hell, even in the last race, there was a really good opportunity. So we'll see how this ends up playing out. I'm going to try to keep an eye on all the battles here because, again, this third place battle is heating up yet again. Detail, Slaunch, and Roman are certainly all going to duke it out very shortly here. But we still have the potential for the lead battle to be back on again. So we're going to try to cover as much as I possibly can here as we hit 2 laps to go. So 2 laps to go here at Road Atlanta. And yep, the battle is definitely about to be on. Slaunch is there. Can you believe it? After what we saw from Slaunch's beginning of his race, here he is on the bumper of Detail, fighting to get back into the podium again. Can he pull it off? Can he get past him and get back-to-back podiums here at Road Atlanta? Again, I definitely think he has the pace to do so. He's really fast around this track, but because of those early, mishaps in this moto, he's been on the back foot like the entire time, and he's having to come back from a lot. But he's doing a good job of it so far, and he absolutely has an opportunity of taking this position. But don't sleep on Roman. Don't sleep on Roman. Roman is still really close. He's doing a good job of hanging around on those mediums. They're about to battle. That's going to help Roman out too. I don't think Roman's out of this either. I think this is absolutely still a 3-way battle. So keep an eye on him here too. There it is. There it is. A huge moment. There was almost a third instance of somebody getting hooked and spun around. Almost a third time. But luckily, nice guy Slaunch got on the brakes and saved Detail from spinning around right there. That would have been really awful if it happened for a third time. What was that? A massive hit from Roman into Slaunch in the middle of the straightaway. Look at this. Roman, you were not clear. What was that? That's going to slow them both down a ton and help out Detail in this situation. So yeah, it's getting cheesy. It's getting spicy back here. And you know why? Because we're coming to the white flag. The leaders are already on the white flag. There's not that much time remaining. It's been a fun race. It's been a fun time battling. There's been a lot of cheese here in the pack throughout the entire race, but there's only one lap left. Got to make it count. And look at this. I don't know why Moto 1 is being mirrored so hard, but look at this. It's like the exact same scenario. Detail in third, trying to hold on to that. Roman, probably on the better tire at this point, trying to get past him, and Slaunch in fifth, trying to make a double pass to the podium, and Luke in second, trying to get by Matt. So it's like literally mirroring Moto 1, even though it's like a completely different start. Absolutely nuts how it's working out like that. And here we go through turn 5. And yeah, you could tell the detail on the hards. He's trying his best, but it's just not the tire to be on at this point. And again, all those mishaps, all those mistakes, he was hoping to not have those. And again, I think if he could have this race back and clean up a few of those, probably would be in a much better position here. Oh, big contact, detail and Slaunch. He's not done fighting yet, though. He's not done fighting yet. He's still trying to take that podium position, despite the position that he's in. And meanwhile, Luke's cut down the gap. He's cut down the gap again. He's right there. He's to Matt's bumper. Where did this come from? It's close yet again for the lead, but there's only one more corner. Here we go. And this time around, Matt will hold on to it. He's going to take the win for Moto 2, crashing out after the race is over and flipping across Luke's hood. What the hell was this race? What the fuck was that? I don't know what. I don't know what was going on. And here we go. Let's get an update. Here we go. What happened for the podium battle? And right there, I'll give him credit. That was a nice move from Roman, and it's going to get Slaunch the position as well. I'll give him credit. That was a nice move from Roman, essentially pulling off what Matt tried to do for the win in the last moto. You know, Detail going for the big dive. He had to do it, but his tires, he's on the hards, and they're just absolutely shot at that point. And, you know, just was not able to make the corner as well as he wanted to. That opened up the door for Roman to hit the crossover, get by him, and unfortunately, the run was so big from Slaunch from behind that Slaunch was able to get by Detail as well. So it's unfortunate, but a big clutch up from Roman. Crazy that he was the one that was able to take third in that situation. Slaunch will end up getting fourth, and Detail will wind up with fifth. What a show that they put on, though. Shout out to those three guys for the battle that they had that lasted like the whole race, the whole night, I should say. Because like both motos, those guys were just absolutely duking it out for third, like the whole damn night, and it was awesome to watch. So I'm hoping that they're all really close in pace at the next race at Road America, and I hope they put on a repeat of that, because that was really fun watching their battles for the podium, and it was really fun watching these guys duke it out for the top 2 spots as well. Did not expect to see the post finish line flip from Matt, and I see the dude wipes on the side of the car. He's probably going to need some after that. That was absolutely wild. I don't know why the car flipped so aggressively right there, but it was pretty awesome to see. We got the good post-race coverage here. We're going to watch the onboard from Luke's POV on the last lap so that you can see how the gap got cut down, because it was pretty crazy. Like the gap, Matt did a much better job in this moto. Like the gap was huge going into the last lap compared to Moto 1. But I think he had a rough beginning to the lap. And I think Luke had a really, really good S's in turn 5. Like, yeah, the run turn 5, you could just tell, even hearing, like, when he was on the gas, that stuff was just, like, really good. So I think it was a combination of Luke having, like, a really nice start to the lap. I think Matt had a poor start to the lap, and that allowed for the battle to get back on. But it was such a massive gap that Matt was still able to hold on to it. So congrats to him for getting his 3rd moto win on the season. I'm going to try to pull up the overall points here for the night. So yeah, Luke and Matt at the top, obviously, with 32 points apiece. And then Slaunch and Roman tied for 3rd as well with 27 points apiece. Detail 5th with 24. Coop 6th with 22. And Armada 7th with 20. So there you have it. And yeah, just a great show. I'm hoping that we I'm hoping that we see a lot of the same stuff at Road America, because this race was absolutely crazy. But it was a lot of fun to race in. It was a lot of fun to watch, and yeah, just loving what we're getting out of these cars on the road courses. The product for these cars on the road courses is just really good for some reason. Yeah, I'm loving it. The season's been great. Hope you guys enjoyed the race too. And yep, there it is. Matt taking the Moto 2 victory. Huge dub for him. 3rd road course win. He broke through this season, got his first road course win at Hockenheim, and now this is going to be his third road course moto win. His first Moto 2 as well. His first Moto 2 road course win. So massive one for him. Congrats on the dub. Hope you guys enjoyed the race. See you next week for Road America.